Anyway, I love testimonies like the lady. You can turn to 261 tonight. You've heard this song, and I was kind of torn between two or three to go over, and I had read this before, might have mentioned it before, but this lady's name, the song is called "Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus," and Helen Howarth Limmel was born in England to a Wesleyan Methodist pastor and his wife way back in 1863. 12 years later, the family migrated to America, and Helen lived briefly in Mississippi before settling in Wisconsin. Helen's singing ability soon became evident, gaining a reputation as a brilliant singer, even studying private voice in Germany for 4 years. She traveled widely throughout the Midwest in the early 1900s with concerts in many churches. In time, she married a wealthy European and taught voice at the Moody Bible Institute and then at the Bible Institute of Los Angeles. When she became blind, her husband abandoned her. Look at the title of the song, by the way. Pretty interesting. The lady had a testimony, I tell you. But she didn't stop there. She kept singing and was a gifted musician, and her remarkable abilities were also recognized. She composed more than 500 hymns and poems, and also authored a very successful book for children, Story of the Bible, and composed many musical pieces for children. She continued her musical and other pursuits until her death just 13 days before her 98th birthday. And one day in 1918, when Helen was age 55, by the way, we tend to say, well, I don't know, I'll give them a gospel tract, they might throw it away. Listen to this. One day in 1918, when Helen was age 55, a missionary friend gave her a tract entitled Focused. It contained a statement that had a profound impact on her life. This is some of the words from that gospel tract. It says, "So then, turn your eyes upon him, look full into his face, and you will find that the things of earth will acquire a strange, new dimness." She says, "I stood still, and singing in my soul and spirit was the chorus, with not one conscious moment of putting word to word, to make rhyme, or note to note, to make melody. The verses were written the same week after the usual manner of composition, but nonetheless, as she puts it, dictated by the Holy Spirit. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. It says, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace, as we'll sing it in a moment. Her new hymn was published in London, England in 1918 in the form of a pamphlet. 4 years later, it was included in a collection of 67 of Helen's songs entitled Glad Songs. The year at the Keswick Bible Conference in Northern England, the hymn was introduced and became immediately a popular favorite. It has since been included in most evangelical hymnals and has been translated into many languages. Now here's a lady, she was blind, lost her husband, but listen, little is much when God's in it. Listen to this. Those who knew Helen in her later years tell of her joy and enthusiasm. Listen to this. Though living on government welfare in a sparse bedroom, whenever asked how she was doing, she would reply, well, I'm doing well in the things that count. I'm doing well in the things that count. Helen was always composing hymns, but she had no way of writing them down due to her blindness. She'd call friends at all hours and get them to record her lyrics before she forgot them. Helen had a small plastic keyboard by her bed. There she would play, sing, and cry. One day God is going to bless me with a great heavenly keyboard, she said, and I can hardly wait. Helen passed away November 1st, 1961 in Seattle, Washington, almost 98 years of age. And guess what? We are still singing her hymn tonight. So turn there to it. It's page 61. Now that you've heard all that, really sing it from the heart. This is one of the most beautiful hymns in our hymn book. It's called Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. and troubled, no light in the darkness you see. There's light for a look at the Savior, and life more abundant and free. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. Through death into life everlasting, he passed and we follow him there. Over us sin hath no dominion, for more than conquerors we are. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. His word shall not fail you, he promised. Believe him and all will be well. Then go to a world that is dying, the perfect salvation to tell. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and